What's up, Rube? It's Little Big Robots back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about this big guy right here. This is Monstarr from Silverhawks. This is made by Super 7. It's not a new toy. It's been around for a while. I'm also going to be talking about Buzzsaw, who I already have out of the package. You might have seen me mention Buzzsaw before. They're both really interesting toys. I'm not normally into all the Super 7 stuff because if you don't know, they make these kind of classic carded figures that kind of look like old school G.I. Joes. They recently made waves with the announcement of that G.I. Joe, that Cobra Super Base thing, which is really cool. That will carry, it's like a carrier ship, sorry about that, and it will carry all sorts of figures and stuff, and it'll fit classic G.I. Joes and stuff. But they also make this kind of line of a little bit more articulated, a little bit more collectible kits. I can't really show this because of the reflection, but this packaging is really nice too. A long time ago I bought the Super 7 smaller version of the bad guy from Thundercats. Why, Mumra? Because I had him as a kid. I had the large version as a kid when you'd buy them in a pack and they were that tall. And so when I saw these at Toy Addicts here in San Diego, Toy Addicts, like Addicted in other words, if you look them up, they're a fantastic toy company, toy seller who sells used stuff as well as brand new stuff like this. And as I mentioned in the build up to this video when I was talking about Buzzsaw, some gentleman came in and sold off his entire collection to them, and so they had a bunch of these in box for like half off and stuff. So I just tore it. I'm not really a big box keeper anymore, mainly because when I moved I had to make a lot of room and the boxes just were not doing. Look at this, look at that. When I saw this, I had been wanting this figure for a while, and I thought, $100, I don't think so, because I could buy a lot for $100. But this guy, I just love big bulky dudes. Like, I don't have him up here right now, but I've got those big 36 inch, what am I saying, 13 inch, 14 inch, like Ironmonger characters and stuff like that. So I love this big bulky style. It looks great on the shelf. It's great for customization. I got him for $50. I got Buzzsaw for $30. So let me crack him out of the package, and then we will do a quick review. Alright, so I've got him out of the package here. He is just about as chunky and huge as you might think. He's surprisingly not that heavy. I want to say Buzzsaw might feel even a little bit heavier. We'll talk about Buzzsaw in just a second. But what I like about this guy is I like toys that even if you didn't know what the animation was, or even if you didn't know what this IP was, you could still really fall in love with these characters. Their articulation is okay. From my experience, they're not crazy. They don't have crazy articulation or whatever, but they have enough to get them into some cool poses or whatever. I'm not a big worrier about articulation. What I like is a character that simply looks good, that has some articulation. I wouldn't go so far as to say I like the basic 5 points of articulation. I want something a little more than that. But this is plenty. He has a lot of little extras, so let's kind of go over the extras here. But just look at the colors are actually really unusual. It's not quite a red. I mean, it's red, but it's more of almost like a, I don't know, it's like a maroon meets this weird orange stuff. The camera's not going to show it exactly, as nice as it can look, but it is a really nice looking figure. But I mean, imagine if you used this for customization, or even added a small layer of customization, like chipping, little silver chips here and there. It would really pop, and I'm sure people have already done that. He has an extra head, which we'll compare here. What is the difference there? One, his eye is blacked out on the side. I'm not really. It's been a while since I watched Silverhawks. When I was a kid, I was more of a Silverhawks fan than I was a Thundercats fan. So, you know, but even then, it was quite a long time ago. You guys got to remember, I'm older to where I grew up on that stuff. I didn't get back into it later. He has a lot of different hand styles. So let me show you all the hands at least. I mean, you get, what, 8 hands here or something? This is crazy. You get hands to hold the weapons. You got a pointy hand. Hands are always welcome. I keep all my hands in a hands box for customs and stuff. You also get these cool effects parts, which I believe will go... Where'd the parts go? I believe they're going to go in the weapon. He might have a blasty hand somewhere. I can't. Maybe in his shoulder. I don't remember enough about it. Somebody tell me in the comments. I need to look him up because it's been so long, but I still love this character. Again, this is a character that even if you didn't know what this was, you would be impressed. He doesn't have much crunch at all, so but that's fine. He's intimidating. He doesn't need to bend over. He just kills people from a distance. He has his handy-dandy companion here. In Silverhawks, they all had some version of like a hawk. Buzzsaws, which I'll show you in a minute, has like an actual hawk kind that has more articulation and stuff. He has this incredible, I mean, this is a ridiculous, look at the size of that gun. It's just, I like that the barrel ends in like this kind of star shape. I think that's so interesting. I remember this vaguely as a kid, but again, I need to watch some new episodes. It has these fantastic fire effects, which I believe would go into his feet. Where would those go? Again, into his shoulder? Maybe his shoulder, and that's how he flies around. That's actually really cool looking. Check that out. So let's put him in his shoulder. That's actually a really cool look. I mean, he's just a big, bulky character. Would I pay $100 for him? I don't think so. I paid like $55 or whatever it was. Definite discount, you know. Buzzsaw was closer to $35. But I mean, look at that just sitting on your shelf. Or I'm starting to get into where I want to use some of my action figures in gaming, like in a Warcraft, Warhammer, I'm sorry, style game, or even maybe a one-page rule style game. But you could just imagine. Yeah, so he has all these parts. He has his star thingy, which I forget where that shoots out of. It's been way too long since I watched this cartoon. I need to check out some YouTube clips of it. But what a fantastic looking figure. Just really, really cool. I'm just doing kind of a quick overview of these guys. Now, Buzzsaw in a lot of ways is more of my style of a character. I love the hugeness, the chunkiness, the beefiosity of Monstarr. He just... There's something so impressive about that. I love when a character feels like that in the hand. It's like almost like a weapon. You know, you could picture it as a kid just like slamming it in the dirt and having fun with it. It really has a nice tactile sensation when you're holding these guys. But Buzzsaw is interesting. He has a little bit more dynamic stuff going on. Not necessarily posability. His legs and stuff do, and they're really tight, do about the same, maybe actually a little bit less. But again, these guys are meant to be put on the shelf to look cool, to be a centerpiece to your collection or whatever. Maybe you get all of the Super 7 because they are doing all of the Silverhawks, I believe. You know, they have some articulation, but it doesn't need to be a lot. It's pretty basic stuff. But he has some interesting parts as well. So he has, in my little parts bag here, here's his actual hawk buddy. I forget his name. Somebody remind me. What's really funny is if you look at it, check out the hawk. He has a mohawk that is an actual buzzsaw. So he has a buzzsaw haircut, which is completely over the top and unnecessary, but really, really cool, you know. Then he has extra hands. Let me grab all this stuff here. And again, it's been too long since I've seen this animation, and I really need to go back and watch it because it really didn't get a lot of credit because Thundercats kind of stole all of its thunder. Thundercats was first, I believe, and this was kind of an offshoot of that. But the animation is really good for the time. Has these interesting hands. So you can see his hands plug into the buzzsaw part. But you can also swap out this gun like this and put a hand in its place. So you've got some options there. Personally, I like him with just the hands and the buzzsaw. I'm not a huge gun dude. He has 3 different heads. There's that head there. There's these 2 heads here. Again, one Buzzsaw is, I think it's supposed to be looking like it's actually moving there. It's kind of animated to be moving, but the faces are slightly different. The faces are pretty plain though. So you could add a quick wash or something to kind of highlight the eyes or even just the body, and it would really blow it up. He has these cool parts here, which I forget what these are from the animation. Somebody remind me. You pull those out. They're like a key. Excuse me. And you've got an extended version as well. Again, it's been too long. I couldn't tell you what that is for. But I buy toys that look cool that I don't always necessarily remember or have the best recollection of. I don't remember that great, but I definitely grew up on this cartoon and I definitely enjoyed it. So of the 2, you guys let me know which one you prefer. Of course I prefer Monstarr just because of the sheer bulk, the size, the look. You're not buying these for the posability. You're buying them for the centerpiece kind of quality, or if you're trying to complete like a collection of these Super 7 Silverhawks. But Buzzsaw is more of my little big robots. He is a little version of a big robot. He is a literal representation of this channel. So this is a little bit more my style. So I'm definitely going to have to check them. Let me see if I can get a good screenshot. Oh, let me look at my eye here. I accidentally hit pause. Okay, let me try again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, click. So let me know what you think. I'm digging Monstarr. I probably just pose him in a typical standing pose, but he would be cool to throw into like a flight mode. You could point his feet down a little bit, which is nice. Make him flying like this, you know, looking up a little bit. And that would look really cool as well on your shelf. I might throw him up there. So anyway, let me know what you all think. I think that's pretty interesting. Not a bad deal. I wouldn't buy it for the 100 and the 60, but I would definitely buy it for around the 55 and the 35 that I bought him for. So check it out. Have a good one, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.